So today is December the 31st, 2024. So I told myself that I was going to create a video before I go to bed. I was not letting 2024 end without me uploading a video to YouTube. This year has been the most eventful year of my entire life. And I might not look it, but I'm 48 years old. This year right here has been a doozy. But you know what? I handled it all in stride. And I know that next year will be the most, okay, rewind. Next year will be the best year of my life because what I feel like is that this year was the setup for the success, if you will. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a rewind and just go not necessarily month by month, but I'm going to definitely hit some of my highlights and discuss some of the lessons that I learned and some of the things that I will definitely not be bringing into 2025. So if I'm looking over here, trust me, it's not because I don't know where I'm supposed to look. I am new to creating videos, but trust me, I know that where I'm supposed to be looking at. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up my email because what I started doing, and I started doing this probably like around 2021. 2021 was around the time when I feel like I started my spiritual. Let's rewind a little bit. It's not when I started my spiritual journey, but it was when my spiritual journey heightened. It took a turn for the better, I guess, because that was the year that I realized how much I had been affected by narcissistic abuse. And this was the year that I discovered that I had been allowing myself to just be walked over, just not in control. And what I learned is that you literally have to teach people how to treat you, because if you just allow people to do you any kind of way, or if you are just a yes, I'm a woman, but if you're a yes man, for lack of better terminology, then people are going to treat you, people are going to do as much as you allow. And so I had to realize that. And the first step to healing definitely is awareness. You have to realize that there's a problem before you can solve it. And also, I learned through my healing journey that you cannot heal in the same environment that you got sick in. So I had to pretty much isolate myself, and that was a process that really it just, I don't know if how familiar you are with spirituality, but there's a process called Dark Night of the Soul. And Dark Night of the Soul it could possibly be a form of depression. What it does, or what it feels like, is that you literally questioning why the fuck you were even born. And that's where I was. That's where I was at for a while. And it's just a process that, if you really want to heal, you have to go through it, and that's a part of what they call shadow work. And so 2021 is when I actually began doing shadow work. I would say that in 2020, I did a little bit of healing, but not like 2021. 2021 really set off a turning point in my life. And so, what I started doing as part of my healing is I went through and I started at the end of each year. At the end of each year, I would basically do like a highlight of my year and go month by month, what happened that, really changed my life, the good, the bad, the ugly, and just pretty much do an analysis. So last year, and I really don't know how long ChatGTP has been around. I think it probably came out and was available to the public in 2022. I could be wrong, but 2023 was the first year that I used it to analyze my year, my year in review. And so I also use it this year. And man, again, this year has been wild. Wild to say the least. Okay, so I'm gonna just go through some of my highlights. Okay, so again, I am into spirituality. I was raised Christian. And now I really don't have a definition. I'm not religious. I stopped going to church years ago. But I do have some what I call rituals. Some people, when they hear that word, they're like, "Oh, you're a witch." I'm not a witch, but I do perform rituals, which religious people also perform rituals. I think that it just all depends on the person's intent, as to whether or not a ritual could be considered good or bad. And also good or bad. That's also a subjective, that's also very subjective. What's good to one person could be bad to someone else. So I mean, that's just the way of the world. We live in a world of duality. So I know that I went around the corner to go across the street. You will learn that I am full of metaphors. I also tend to pronounce my words with the way that I want to pronounce them. Sometimes I mispronounce words on purpose because I'm just me. I for so long I hid the true me, and I was always looked at as the weird person in the room. And so now I embrace my weirdness and I'm unapologetically me. And so, you know, I'm not for everybody. I don't want to be for everybody. So, I mean, if you enjoy the content, I would be honored if you would like and subscribe to the channel, because I have so much more that I will be presenting, especially in 2025 and going forward. 2025, I am committed to creating content. So let's go back to 2023. Now, 2023 ended with me basically kind of crashing out. Like, I had gotten a job in I think probably like August. I take that back. I got a job in August too, but I worked for like 6 weeks at that job, went through the training, and I quit. Got another job in October. So this is the job I was talking about. So I got that job in October, started it, went through training, and I tried. Oh my God, I tried. I'm like, God, why is this so hard? Like, I've trained for so many jobs, over my 20 plus years of working, and I never had a job that was so difficult for me to adjust to. And so I think I worked like 5 weeks. May have not even been 5 weeks. Honestly, it probably was closer to 4 weeks. And I got the call. I got the call, and they're like, "Yeah, we gotta let you go." And I'm like, but, because I really, really tried. I really tried at that job. But what happened was I just literally I crashed out because I was like I was trying so hard to to adjust to the job. I mean, anytime you start a new job, especially when this is something that you've never done before, and this was brand new to me, it was very difficult for me to adjust. And so I was like, oh my God, but why? Because I'm like this overachiever person. Like, I just feel like I can do anything I put my mind to type person. And so I just could not get that. I just could not get it. And so I crashed out. I crashed out. And so I realized that I after going to the doctor, I started reading. I'm like this huge researcher. I always go to Google. I go to Google, I go to YouTube. I'm just a nerd, right? Okay. So I started like researching my symptoms and what I was going through. I was having like this like my energy level was really being affected, and I just could not think. I just like it was stressing me out so much because I was trying so hard. I was trying so hard. And so what I learned is that I was having what they call executive function. Um, it was something going on with my executive function, which is related to ADHD. Again, I'm 48. I've never been diagnosed with ADHD. Now, I did have some issues years ago where I had some symptoms, but I was not diagnosed. I was given ADHD medication, but I never had a diagnosis. I know that probably sounds crazy, but that's what happened. And so I actually went through the test, through the ADHD testing and everything. And I was diagnosed with ADHD at the age of 40. Well, actually, it was last year, so I was 47 at that time. So being diagnosed with ADHD so late in life it was crazy, but it answered so many questions that I had, and it answered so many suspicions, and, why was I having all these weird symptoms? And, it just made sense, once I got the diagnosis. So I said all of that to say I started the year out on Adderall. I was taking Adderall, and so I didn't like the way it was making me feel, though. It was making me tired. I really cannot say for sure that it was making me, me think any clearer or me remember any better, or, I really cannot say that it was helping. Now, I didn't take it very long, but it was the extended release, and it was generally supposed to work immediately. So I took it for a couple of months, but it didn't do what I expected it to do for me. So it actually, like I said, it kind of made me tired, and as I mentioned earlier, I already had problems with low energy at that time, and that wasn't helping me. So I stopped taking it over, after a couple of months. And so what I did was I later on found out about a supplement called Ormus. And if you have any type of focus issues, I got this on Amazon. If you have any type of focus issues, I'm not a doctor. Let me give my disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not pretending to be one. I'm just um, giving a suggestion. If you have any type of, or not even a suggestion. I'm just letting you know what helped me. Um, so I had the low energy. I had brain fog. I had memory issues. I had just all types of issues along those lines. And so once I started taking that Ormus, oh my God, it didn't work right away. Um, but I would say after taking it like 3 weeks and it kicked in like in 4 weeks, oh my God, my energy level was off the charts. And I've been taking it since like April, I believe, is when I started. It may have been May, but I mean, um, we'll just say May, So I've been taking it like 7 months, 8 months now. And man, it's like life changing. Like um I don't wanna act as if it's like some miracle drug. It's a supplement. It's not, of course, it's not like medication or anything. Do your research. I would definitely do your research. I got it off of Amazon, so you can definitely do your research. And if you have any of the symptoms that I named, that I was going through, then you might definitely want to check that out. So that was one of the highlights of my life in 2024. And so just going through my highlights. I'm looking at my email right now on my screen, and so that was definitely something that was life changing for me. Taking the Ormus. I also, when 2024 started, like I had this feeling. I can't really explain it very well, but it was just like this feeling that I just needed to express myself. Like I just had to express myself. And I started throughout my spiritual journey. I started doing audio journals, and by the time January of 2024 had came along, I had been journaling on a consistent basis over a year, and literally it changed my life. So one of the things that I wanted to do in January was I wanted to start YouTube, which I had started before. I had a channel, and I tried to post videos, and I never could get it. I never could get it right because I wanted to script videos. I didn't want to. I didn't want to show up on camera. I, was concerned about how I was going to look. You know, I hated the way I sound. Just all kinds of excuses, like every excuse in the book. And I just quit. And so this year, I mean, it came in and everything changed this year. I like literally feel like a new person. Like if you're into spirituality, you would know, or at least you would have heard of people going through a portal or going through a portal. I swear, I feel like I've gone through through another portal or another dimension. Like I feel like a different person for real. And it's hard to explain for someone who's maybe not on their spiritual journey, but I probably to a person that's not on their spiritual journey would sound like a fucking idiot or somebody that needs to be put in an insane asylum. But it's cool. It's cool. I get it. If I was hearing somebody talking like I'm talking right now, 5 years ago, I'll be like, yeah, click. I'm off. I'm out of here. Like, I don't know what this person's talking about. What are they on? What they smoking? I don't know. But anyways. So I definitely, so I ended up posting a few videos. And so the videos that I posted, first video I posted was about perfectionism. And one of the, I cannot believe I've been talking 20 minutes. If you know me for real in real life, then you'll know that I am a very quiet person, or at least I used to be. At least I used to be. But now, like I said, I feel like I'm a new person. Like, I literally feel like I've been quiet and I've been given permission to speak. A person that's been quiet for 40 years and they've been given, all of a sudden, they've been given permission to speak and now they can't shut up. Like, that's literally where I am. So I have so much content for YouTube. And I feel like at this point, I have so much knowledge. I have so much to share, so many experiences, life experiences that could help someone, whether they be my age, whether they be younger or older. I mean, I feel like I have a lot to say, and it would be absolutely, it would be selfish of me, not to share it. So this is where I had to come to. It took me going through my spiritual journey in order to come to this realization. And like I said, this year was just different. It was just different. I mean, I had a lot of ups and downs. Do not even get it twisted. I had a lot of ups and downs. A lot of shit happened that I didn't think would ever happen. But you know what? This life's a journey. You do not know what will happen. Um, that's one of the things about it. You just don't know what will come to pass in your life until it actually does. So, and I feel like, out of all of the things that did happen, that I was able to stay grounded, I was able to stay cool, calm, and collected. And I owe that to my spirituality. I really do. And because what I like to call the old me would have been somewhere depressed, filled with anxiety, taking pill after pill, just really in a bad way. Like, not able to get out the bed, all that. I used to go through all of that, those types of, situations. Every time something wasn't going my way, or, problems would come up and I didn't really know how to handle them. I really didn't. I just really didn't. I wasn't able to express myself. And it just really was detrimental. It was very detrimental to my mental and my personal health. So I'm so glad that, I'm able to express myself better now. And again, hopefully help somebody else who may be going through something similar, or even if not, it could still be a learning experience, even if you haven't gone through, something similar. So anyways, going back to my highlights. So by April, I was like realizing that my life was going, I was, doing some of the same things was just like happening to me. And what I journaled was like, I was living in my own version of Groundhog Day. Now, I don't know how old you guys are, but there's this movie called Groundhog Day where this guy kept reliving the same day over and over and over and over. Now, I haven't watched that movie in a very long time, but I do remember that that's, generally what the movie was about. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, I feel like I was living in a loop. And so That's how I was feeling in April. And so I reached out to some coaches, and I, just kind of expressed myself. And that right there within itself, me reaching out to people for help, me reaching out to people for help, that's like, that was huge. That was huge because I'm a type of person where I just don't, and it's not like I'm too proud to reach out for help. It's just that I'm so used to having to do everything for myself that reaching out to someone else doesn't even seem like an option. I just don't even, you know, I'm just so used to doing it myself. I was raised an only child. I'm not an only child, but my brother and sister, they're much older. And so I'm just so used to having to do everything myself, or if I have a problem, just figuring it out myself. That's just my default. And so I realized the error in my way. And so me reaching out to people for help was, that was another highlight. And so I was very proud of myself for, doing that. And you know I didn't actually work with those coaches. I reached out to two different people. I didn't actually end up working with those coaches, but they did. Both of them did teach me something. Now, one, I did get, some really good tips and um, information from her. Now, the other one, I didn't really get a good vibe from that person. So, I mean, all in all, I don't have any. I don't have any regrets, though. I'm glad that I reached out to both of them and was able to, have conversations with them. I'm very grateful for that. So, I had some very interesting dreams also, and I really would have to attribute that to the Ormus. Now, the Ormus is 24K gold. It's real 24K gold. Now, again, do your own research, but one of the things that it claims to do is it claims to give you um, really vivid dreams. And so I can definitely say that I had some really vivid dreams on Ormus. And I still take it, but it seems as though when I first started taking it, it was just like it was very profound because I wasn't used to it. So um, I feel like I had some prophetic dreams actually, and maybe I'll go into more detail in future videos, but um, so there was some ups and downs, towards the end of the year. Um, I did end up starting a business in August, which was really a really good highlight because when I started out in 2024 in January, February, I had no idea what the hell I was going to do. Like I said, I had gotten fired from that job, and so I had gotten unemployment for a little while, but once the unemployment ran out, then it was like, okay, girl, what you go do? Because like I ain't have a plan. I thought I was going to do YouTube, but I ain't had no plan after that. So I ended up quitting YouTube, and I did post a few videos. Some videos I actually created and didn't post, but I will be posting them. At least I'll be editing them and seeing what I can salvage, because some of them were just like not really good personally, because honestly, when I did those videos, a lot of those videos, like I was still going through my fear of being seen, fear of being heard, and all those types of things. So um, when I first started out with the videos, I had some type of AI software where I was changing my voice because I hated my voice, which I'm not in love with my voice now, but I feel much better, more comfortable. Um, like I don't have to use the AI, and it was a little cringe. I actually think I have those videos on private right now, and so one of them I actually did do with my own natural voice, and it was more of like an inspirational type video. It was oh gosh. I know the first one I did was on perfectionism, and the second one I did was on like it was like what was it? Don't quit or something like that, which honestly I need to be watching every day. I need to be watching it every day my damn self. But yeah, it was something to that effect. But it was really, honestly, it was really a good one. And if you haven't watched it, I will definitely put a link to it in the description, and also if I can remember, I'll put a link. I'll definitely put a link. We'll just say that. Look for the link. Because that really was a good video. It really was a good inspirational video and everything. And that was one that I was actually proud of. So I'll be doing more inspirational videos. For whatever reason, I just, like I said, when I started 2024, when 2024 started, I just had this, I don't know, this drive to just be more authentic, and I had to express myself. I just had this urge to express myself, and it's just like, I don't know what this means, like, but as the year went on, I realized that that's what I was meant to do, because over the course of the year, I applied for so many jobs, and it was so crazy, especially around the month of July, June and July, but especially July. Man, it was so crazy. It was like some of the craziest situations was happening. I'm like, am I being punked? Because this don't even make sense right now. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. And like I said, in later videos, I'll probably go into much more detail. But right now, this video right now is like 33 minutes. So, like, I think I need to be, wrapping it up a little bit. I need to be wrapping it up a little bit. But anyways, okay, so I went through all of that, I believe, because I literally was not meant to work for someone else. And so I ended up starting my own business, which, like I said, at the beginning of the year, I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what I was going to do at all. Like, I thought, I just apply for some more jobs, I'll get another job, work for a little while or whatever, Um, that didn't happen. That did not happen. Like I said, some of the craziest situations happened, and some of the craziest situations took place. And like, I was dumbfounded. I was dumbfounded. But anyways, so in August, I started my own business, which I already have a business, but I started a second business that is it has the potential to make me very, very financially successful. We'll just say it that way. And I believe that I was being, all those crazy things was going on in June and July because I was supposed to, start that business in August. And so September, October, November, of course, December came, and so I was during those months, I was working the business, which the business is called, it's a business support services. Basically, I wanted to keep it pretty general because I didn't know what services I was going to offer. But I work basically business to business, and so I have a notary service. I do inspections, and I also do courier. And so I was already doing deliveries, and which I continue to do deliveries now. But back then, earlier in the year, that's one of the things that I decided that I would do in order to make money after my unemployment ended. I started doing deliveries, and so I had worked for or had delivered for DoorDash before, and so I reactivated my DoorDash, and I did DoorDash. It was cool for a little while, and until it wasn't. When they started offering me those $2 deliveries, I'm like, hell no, hell no. Gas is like $3. Are y'all insane or what? I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. Like, and mind you, I was going through a journey of, by then, I was going through a journey of, you know, increasing, well, not necessarily increasing, but, just learning my value and setting boundaries and just going through, worthiness healing. And I was just like, no. No, it's a complete sentence. So I'm like, I'm not doing this. This is insane. So I got on the I got on YouTube, and I found, some other ways that I could earn more money through other delivery companies. And that's when I found catering. And so I started doing catering, and my highest delivery in catering, I believe it was probably like $70. And that catering delivery only took me less than an hour to do. So I'm like, $2, that's gonna take me damn near an hour versus $70 that's gonna take me, I don't know, 30, 35 minutes, I don't know. But I mean, there's just no comparison. So I'm just like, the nerve. The nerve. So that it was then that I realized, I'm like, this is so crazy, but it's so much easier to earn a lot of money than it is to make a little bit of money. It's so crazy that in this country, people who earn the least work the hardest and are the most abused. I'm just like, this is so freaking crazy. So I just, it just, and I'm laughing now because it just all came full circle today. Because, and just when I thought that everything was, everything that was significant that was going to happen to me had already happened this year. This is we literally only have like 2 hours left in this year as I'm recording this video right now. But I learned earlier today that I was deactivated. I was deactivated from DoorDash. So I'm about to pull up my email because I didn't even look at it. I'm actually looking on my phone to pull my other phone to pull up the email. I saw it come through, and I'm like, yeah, I don't have time to deal with that. Yeah, it came through at 1:42. As of today, your Dasher account has been deactivated. What? Because your account shared personal information with another previously created account. Okay, first of all, that's BS. But what I realized initially, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. You think that, that's, is that supposed to make me feel some type of way that you deactivated my account? Like, you just don't know how much of a favor you have done me. Like, I'm on my worthiness journey. This is like one of the best things that has happened to me this year. And I know that might sound a little crazy to some people, but I guess you would have to go through the process of being so low in your worth, or your feeling of worth, and then you realize your value, and then you wake up and you realize how you have just been literally letting people walk over you, and maybe you'd understand it better then. But for them to email me the last day of the year, I'm like, you know what? I was celebrating. I was literally celebrating. I'm like, you know what? You just don't know how much of a favor you have done for me, because that really, it just put the cherry on top for me, because I am going through this worthiness journey. And so, anyways, I have, I've gone through my most, my most memorable events of the year. And I didn't have a script when I started this video. I didn't have any type of ideas of even what I was going to say. So this was all off the cuff. The videos that I do, I definitely want them to be, I won't say the same way. I want to have a little more, I don't know, like a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I want to have a little more, I don't know. I want to, be more concise, or, more on topic, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I was just all over the place. And maybe it didn't seem that way to you guys, but I just really am appreciative of you even watching this long. And so I want to say happy 2025. And I wish that all of your dreams come true. I wish you all the excellent health, all of the abundance, all of the joy that your heart can handle. And I hope that you have subscribed, and that I'll be seeing you in future videos. Thank you, and take care.